So welcome to module 2, and in this module we are going to talk about the 3 principles that I teach to my players, where they can figure out if their shot is really getting better or is really their path to become a great shooter. But before we get there, there's actually, it's really important that there's actually a 4th principle, but we have already talked about it. And this is the principle of uniqueness. So not only the coach has to acknowledge that every shot is different, also the player has to do so. So players have to understand that not automatically the technique of their favorite NBA player is going to work for them. So that's usually the introduction that I give, that they really understand to listen to their body and to listen to what really works for them. Yeah. So the coach has to understand that not automatically what worked for the coach in detail works for every player. And this is the first principle. So now in this next video, I will go, or in the next 3 videos, I will go through all the 3 other principles, and here they are. The first one is I want my players to understand that when they find their way to shoot the ball straight, they have a much better chance to shoot the ball constantly. So everything has to be directed towards the middle of the basket. And depending on where the player likes to catch the ball and how the player likes to catch the ball, there can be a slightly different path on the way up. In the end, it's always about touching the ball in the middle and from behind and underneath, so that the ball will fly straight to the basket. But the way to get there, this is where a lot of differences can occur. And also the last touch of the ball can be differently. And we're going to approach this in an extra video. And then here is the second principle. Every player has to learn to find the right coordination for a power. So it's about, first of all, generating the power and then also regulating the power. So the young players usually, when they shoot from the 3-point line, they have problems with to produce enough power to take the ball or to shoot the ball to the basket. So they engage other muscles where they might not have the right touch with the ball. Yeah, so they may be able to get to the basket, but not in a consistent way. So then when players are older, and maybe also some very experienced pro players that I have worked with, they have the opposite problem. They sometimes have too much power. So they have to learn not using all of it. They have to basically focus on loosen up and just shoot with less power. Yeah. So the regulation of power is, of course, important, but not only for the old strong players, but basically for every player, because depending on the distance I'm away from the basket, of course, there's regulation necessary. Yeah? So finding out what the right composition of power is for your shot. What I mean with composition is that you gain the power from your different joints. Yeah, so it's from the jump, yeah, from the ankles, and then of course from your knees, from your thighs, and also from extending the hip, and then of course also from your arms. So you have to figure out what the right combination is for you, where most of the force comes. And the goal basically always is that you don't use too much power from your arms. That usually reduces the precision of the shot. You really want to make sure that it is a fluid motion where all the joints are engaged, and and figure out what works best for you. But then also, of course, learn how to use power from other parts of your body, depending on the game situation, how you caught the ball, etc. So this is the second principle: how you can create the force and also regulate the force. And then the third principle, extremely important, is of course the mental part. So how can you deal with all the missed shots that you have to go through during a game, and even more during the long practice hours that you need to become a great shooter? Yeah, so your approach to all those missed shots, and your approach to how you can regulate your emotions when the game is on the line, is also, of course, a very important thing to become a great shooter. Yeah. So here are the three principles. First of all, it's about alignment, shooting the ball straight. Then secondly, it's about having a smooth shot, creating the power from a fluid motion. And then of course we want to be smart and at practice, and not getting upset about missed shots, just shooting the next, trying different things, figuring it out, and then also dealing with the pressure of the game. So if you get upset about yourself or about others, that usually reduces the precise how precise you can shoot the ball. So this wouldn't be a very smart thing to do. So I want my shooters to be smart, and this is the third principle. So in the next video, we will at first focus on the alignment, learning how to shoot the ball straight.